Okay, we got into some multi-step equations here. So for A, we'd like to follow the order of operations and do something here in the parentheses, but we can't. We can't combine 7x with a 1 because they're not like terms. So we thank our lucky stars that we have the distributive property, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do anything with this equation. The distributive property says that you multiply that outside term by everything inside the parentheses. So 4 times 7x would be 28x. The plus sign comes down, and 4 times 1 is 4. We have an equal sign in the middle, and we have negative 220. We would draw our river, and now I want you to think about how you would solve this two-step equation. We always get rid of the constant first, which is the number that's not attached to the variable. So think about how you're going to get rid of that plus 4, and then how you get rid of the 28. Now when we do our check, we come down here and I'm going to parenthetical promise this for my x and then bring everything else down. And this is where some of y'all kind of got a little bit messed up in your check. We don't need to use the distributive property now because the order of operations says you multiply and then take care of parentheses before you do anything else. So we're going to multiply these two numbers and then add 1 to get this value in our brackets, and then multiply that value by 4 to make sure that it does indeed equal negative 220. For the second problem, I'm going to draw my river, and I look to see if there's any distributive property, which there's not, there's no parentheses. So the only thing that I can do at this point is combine some like terms. Now I always suggest that you do this, and it's really helpful. There's a reason why I suggest it, but anytime you see a minus sign, to go ahead and leave, change, opposite. So you, as a reminder, are making 2 marks. Leave, change, opposite. Those 2 marks are always right next to each other. So the reason why I do that is because now when I combine like terms, I don't have to worry about like, oh wait, is this a negative or is this not a negative or is this a minus or what do I have to do with the sign? I just see it right off the bat. I see, well, this is 13 and this is a negative 10. What happens when I add 13 to a negative 10? Well, the signs are different. And when signs are different, we subtract them. So we get a 3. And we keep the sign of the bigger number. Well, 13 is bigger than 10 and it's positive, so it is a positive 3. Then I bring down everything else. So this 5x has a negative attached to it. So this is what I wind up with. I wind up with negative 5x plus 3 is equal to negative 17. And this, my friends, is a two-step equation that you know how to do. You know we get rid of the constant first, and then we get rid of the coefficient. When we come over here for our check, we will use our parenthetical promise for x, and everything else is going to come down. And then you just have to be really careful that you are remembering the order of operations. I saw some people try to subtract 13 minus 5 first. Remember, multiplication is the first step. And then you're going to subtract it from the 13, and then you're going to subtract the 10. Good luck.